Hi, this is Charlotte, and today we are doing a Artcast. I don't know why I said that. This is Artcast, and right here we have
Catherine. Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about some stuff. So, you're an opera singer.
Yeah, I am.
That is that is so unique, especially for like a teenager, and that's so cool. So how did you become interested in opera singing?
Well, I was in a choir, I think when I was in 4th grade, and the director was crazy and insane, but she was like, okay, you're going to take voice lessons with me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take voice lessons with you. And I guess she started me with classical voice, and I guess my
awesome.
love of it kind of just grew from there. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then, what have you been doing? What, big stuff have you been doing, how long now have you been doing opera,
For about 7 years, yeah.
Wow. And, what's, the biggest, achievement that you've done, with the opera?
Well, I was part of the Washington National Opera's summer program.
Wow.
Which was very fun. Yeah, I
That's
did that
cool.
virtually over the summer because, unfortunately, we weren't able to meet in person because, But, and I also was part of, the pilot program for the opera, camp that my choir is starting officially this upcoming summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really fun. We
That's
did
cool.
a production of Brundibar, which is a Czech opera from the 1930s. So yeah, it was really
Whoa,
cool.
that's cool.
We did not sing in Czech because we did it over the span of a week and a half. So
gosh.
Learned the music in English because learning it in Czech would be a lot.
Yeah, that would probably be a lot. Because that would take you a while, right?
Uh-huh. And Czech is not a language that people normally sing in. I mean, Brundibar also has a German version that I guess you could do, but we were doing it, we filmed it, and I think it's going to be released on YouTube in November. I'll let people know when that happens.
Yeah, totally.
But it's a children's opera, it was written as a children's opera, and so we want it to be we wanted it to apply to children in the US, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to sing it in a language that's not English because I feel most kids kind of they're oh, I don't know what this means. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing with opera where it's it's long and it's in another language. Mm-hmm. So people are this is so boring, I hate it. I'm gonna sit in this theater for 4 hours and take a nap. But if you get past that, especially if you I know the Met has streams that you can watch, filmed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They have filmed.
That's right. I think I had to. Last year, it was during COVID. My choir teacher, we couldn't sing or anything on the Zoom because that'd be kind of weird, and so she told us to look up an opera on the Met website, and so we looked up an opera, and me and my friend watched one together. At first, I was like, oh my god, an opera, But we watched it, and it was super good, and I mean it was in a different language.
Yeah, but I know
it was so you could tell what's happening.
Yeah. And on the Met website, I think they have subtitles in English that you can turn on. So
I didn't.
Yeah, they have
I didn't
those.
know that. I think that was my. What was that? I think that was
Was it sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
Yeah, that makes sense because
Yeah.
it's that makes sense.
Yeah.
COVID has been very hard on the opera world because it's
really?
Yeah, it's it's all performing arts. It's been pretty difficult.
Right.
So a big thing that we talked about this summer was how do we, as opera singers who are part of a dying art form already.
Yeah.
Which is how do we revive it and bring it into a post-COVID world. And that's something that I'm kind of really interested in, and that I would like to do in the future, I guess. It's how do we take all of these really old things that are based in a lot of tradition and modernize them or create new things. Yeah. Because people are writing new operas.
Right.
They come out all the time. Like, there's a new one at the Met that opened, like, I think it was, like, the opener for the return of the Met, called Fire Shut Up in My Bones. And it's, like, about a black man's journey with, like, sexual assault.
Wow.
It's, from what I've seen of it, it sounds so good, and I wish I could see it, like, at the Met. I want to see if I can swing that, but it's only open until, like, October 28th, so I don't know.
Oh, no.
I might have to wait until it's,
like, on the website?
Until it's on the website, yeah.
I would totally watch that,
because when it's on the website, it's, when it's on the website, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it so fast.
What was the other thing I was gonna ask? Oh, yeah, like, what's, like, your, like, have you seen, like,
I've seen
watched
quite
a bunch
few,
of,
yeah.
You have. What's your favorite?
My favorite is probably Leonard Bernstein's Trouble in Tahiti. It's a kind of interesting piece because it's more contemporary. It's not like one of the operas from, like, the 1800s.
That's cool.
I think it's from, like, the 1950s.
Oh, okay.
And it's about, like, the day in the life of, like, a typical, like, white picket fence family. And it's like the trouble that they're in, I guess, like just how it's really not, like, how, like, the white picket fence family thing is, like, really not all that it seems. It has one of my favorite songs to sing. It's called There Is a Garden, which is just beautiful. I really like Leonard Bernstein, and I think people don't focus a lot on, like, American opera, which, because opera is so steeped in tradition, people think of, like, the really old French and Italian operas and stuff like that, the German operas. So there's a lot of emphasis put on those, but I think, like, focusing on more contemporary American opera is also very interesting, because it tells, like, I guess, more contemporary stories, which, like, I guess people feel like they can connect to more, because I think the perception around opera is that it's old and it's boring, but that's, like, people are going to watch, like their grandma drags them to, like, a theater and they watch, like, La Tosca and they don't know what's going on, and it's just, like, a tenor holding a note for, like, 4 minutes, and it's boring, but no, it's really not. And
no,
I
it's
think,
actually, like, talent. Like, that's amazing.
And I would think with singers, it's like, oh, that's not, like, I guess it's like, if I tried, I could do that, but, like, it's a lot of training. It's a lot of work, and opera singers don't use microphones. Yeah,
that's also, like, so crazy.
A lot of the time, like, you're singing over this, like, huge orchestra, so...
Oh, yeah, totally. It probably takes a lot of practice, and, like, you probably can't use your voice a lot, like, especially, like, when, like, talking, you probably have to, rest your voice.
There are, like, certain things that you can do to, like, not hurt your voice as much, I guess.
Right.
Because opera is a very, like, technical thing, or especially, like, classical singing is a very technical thing, so it focuses a lot on, like, what is the best thing to do to not hurt yourself, and, like, what is the best technique to use, I guess. So you can still kind of, like, be loud, I guess, like, in a normal setting, and talk and, like, speak normally and not have to rest your voice, but like, if you like, do hurt your voice, or you, like, get a cold or something, it's like, oh, I'm gonna suffer for the next 3 days. It's gonna be horrible.
I remember I was in choir, I think this was last year. I, like, wasn't feeling good. It wasn't COVID. It's not COVID.
Sometimes people just get colds.
Sometimes people, So I got strep throat.
Oh, no.
And so every, like, Friday, we do, like, karaoke Friday. And so it was, like, my teacher was like, okay, it's your turn to go, and I was like, oh god, like, my voice is gonna get so messed up. And then like, I went, and I did fine, but, like, my voice after was, like, it hurt so bad, and I was like, that's such, like, I should have just been like, I'm not feeling good. I'm sorry. I can't.
Normally, that's like
I was scared because of my grade and
opera singers do. Like when you're in a community of other singers, like they'll understand if you need to rest for a day.
Totally.
Like my voice lesson that I had last week, my allergies were acting up like crazy, and
the allergies are back.
My teacher was like, yeah, we can just take it slow. Because I'm busy. I'm learning a lot of repertoire that I'm going to submit to colleges for pre-screens and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Like, how do you like, record yourself singing? Like, is that kind of weird? Like, just, like, recording yourself and then you're, like, kind of just by yourself?
I record, well, I won't be by myself, luckily, for this one, because I'm cool. going... My voice teacher works at a church, and she like also knows a lot of musicians in the area. Oh, and cool. So I'm gonna be working with a pianist, and luckily I'll be in like a church space that has good acoustics.
Awesome.
Rather than singing just with a recorded track in my room, which I had to do this summer, which is not fun because a lot of the time the acoustics in like a bedroom aren't really suited for opera, so it doesn't sound great.
But a church I think would sound
really it does, because the acoustics are very nice. And it's like a very I think for opera it's like you need a big space for a big voice, so it often works a lot better that way rather than having like an opera singer in like a really small space and listening to that, because it's like, oh wow, this is very loud and intense.
Yeah. So besides opera music, like what other music do you like?
I actually don't listen to that much opera outside of like studying it.
Oh, got it.
I mostly listen to like music that's not classical music.
Right.
So I really like 80s alternative music a lot. Some of my favorites are The Cure. I really like Depeche Mode, Susie and the Banshees, stuff like that.
Oh, wow, okay.
I really like some of the modern artists I like a lot. I like St. Vincent. I like Vince Staples. Have you listened to Big Fish Theory?
No, I haven't.
That is one of my favorite albums. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Right is one of my favorite songs ever. It's produced by Sophie. It has a Kendrick Lamar feature. It's so good.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
I really like Mitski a lot.
Oh, I've never... Oh, wait. Didn't...
The one that sings Nobody.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that's her best known song. But I love her. What are some other people I really like? I really like Metric. They're like a mid 2000s Canadian alternative band. Okay. They did the cover, the song Black Sheep from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, that's a Metric song.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then Brie Larson covered it in the movie. Yeah, in the movie. I did not know that was Brie Larson.
Well, I mean, because Scott Pilgrim takes place in Canada, so it makes sense that they get a Canadian band too.
That's probably one of my favorite movies
it's a good
of
movie.
All time. Like it's so good. And his new movie.
And outside of music, I like a lot of other stuff. Like I like visual art. I like movies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm in tech theater right now, which is good for
how's that?
Set and costume design. That's really just something I'm really interested in. I guess it's sort of like an interdisciplinary theater thing where it's like And I at my old school I took a bunch of theater classes. Like every year I was in the theater class.
Yeah.
Because like opera is, it's not like you're just standing and singing there.
Right.
You're like acting it out because you're telling a story. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it doesn't translate very well if you're just like standing there like you're singing in a choir. With then just not doing anything because you have to act, I guess. Yeah. So I guess it translates really well. And it's also, I guess, good to know if you're an actor, like the technical aspects of theater.
Yeah.
And like how plays are blocked and designed and stuff like that, which has always been very interesting to me. Yeah. Like how to put on like production. So that's really cool.
How so are you guys actually doing like a show like for
tech theater?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're working on right now some of the set and costume design for the show that the theater class is going to be putting on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and they're doing it like on the stage.
Yeah, they're going to be doing it on the stage.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know exactly when, but I think it's like in early December.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, it says right there. December 2nd and 3rd. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I did take theater here. I took it my freshman and sophomore year. I didn't take it last year because I knew like COVID would be really bad, and they had to do it online on the computer, and it was really bad.
It was really hard.
I felt bad for them
doing theater during COVID, because we had to do everything online, so we had to make do. We did a couple like plays and scenes, I guess, or like very short things, but we weren't able to do like a long format full play because it doesn't really translate to the medium. But I'm glad that now things are coming back to stages.
Totally. Broadway's back.
The Met is back. I think the Kennedy Center is back.
Oh, awesome. I didn't know that.
That's cool. Well, I sometimes follow the Kennedy Center because I used to live like right outside of DC, so that's right. Where you would go see a lot of shows. If you because traveling up to New York all the time is like not something most people do. Yeah. So if you wanted to see a show, you would go to the Kennedy Center,
right?
Which is always very fun.
That is really fun.
So I'm glad things are finally opening up, and that the future of opera and theater and musicals is gonna hopefully, continue on as an art form. And I think people are excited about, general people that aren't in the art world. I think they're excited about things like opening up again.
Totally.
So maybe there'll be more like drive to go see things that are on stage and support local theaters and stuff, and the stuff that was really hurt by COVID.
Yeah, and I think that with like the creators of musicals and like in shows and stuff, like I think that they really knuckled down during COVID and like probably came up with some really cool new stuff.
Oh yeah,
so I can't wait to see that. How long have we done? Okay, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
But thank you, Catherine, so much. This has been awesome. It's definitely put a new mindset on opera for me.
Yeah.
So, and like, I definitely want to watch more opera now.
Yeah, well, they're very cool. They translate. There's a lot of adultery. There's a lot of drama. There's murder sometimes. There's, I don't know. There's just, it's all very dramatic.
It's very dramatic, yeah. Okay, thanks, Catherine. And
all right.
Keep watching or keep listening Artcast.
Yeah.
Don't watch it, just listen. So, okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Charlotte, and today we are doing a Artcast. I don't know why I said that. This is Artcast, and right here we have
Catherine. Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about some stuff. So, you're an opera singer.
Yeah, I am.
That is that is so unique, especially for like a teenager, and like that's so cool. So like how did you like become interested?